When I wake up in the morning, I got sunshine on my mind. My body gets to moving, and I've got a little time.
Hi again, and welcome back to the Morning Wood Show. We are so glad that you are tuned in to check us out one more time. As you see, we have our Hot Topic host here. I am the legendary Jamal Maurice Bouvier, and this is my hungover co-host.
This is Richie Sky.
Oh my God. And once again, like I said, we have our Hot Topic hosts here. We love having them here on the couch with us. We're kind of tight right now, but we're family. So I have Mr. Malcolm Harris, I have Miss Riley Knox, and I have Mr. Corey George. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, hello.
Hey. Why are y'all so quiet?
I don't know. I was waiting for somebody
They're nervous. They're nervous
I didn't want
to
to be
be back on the couch.
Like less than 5 minutes ago, I said when we start, I want energy. We should be loud. When we start, I get crickets.
I want to interrupt you.
No, but it's like that first person who has the first slice of cake. I mean, once it's cut, then everybody starts talking.
You would talk about cake.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It is the Morning Wood Show.
It is.
So we want to catch you up with what's been going on with us. We want to catch you up on some things that we missed. Since we've been gone, President Obama has another 4 years. So we're excited to talk about that. I mean, is that exciting?
Very excited.
First off, did you vote? Did everybody here vote?
Yeah, we did.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad the campaign is over because those commercials were getting out of hand. I mean,
You don't like the commercials?
It was at a point was if you didn't know who you're voting for, you just didn't know.
Apparently, they spent $2 billion on all of the campaign costs.
Is that a total?
All that good taxpayer
total,
money.
$2 billion.
$2 billion. Wow.
To do all that marketing.
But the president makes
So
how
it's
much
very
money now?
expensive.
You know what I'm saying? What, 400-some thousand? And spending that much just to get in the office?
That's how much it takes.
Yeah. But of course, you do rule the free world, I guess, so because of his perks. So
I guess. And for those of us that live in Maryland, we're excited because question 6 was passed, so we can get married, and we can get married.
we can get married.
We can get married.
Or I could just take the metro and go to D.C. and get married too, and then go back home. Right?
That's so
I mean,
basic.
if you want
So when you find Mr. Bouvier,
When I find Mr. Bouvier, because we are looking for Mr.
you can
Bouvier.
get married.
I can get
Can I
married.
plan it?
You can plan it.
Okay.
You can be in it. You can perform.
she's not working.
Doing all that. I never have a day off.
But actually, we passed question 6 and question 7, so we can get married and we can have a casino. So,
Or you can get married on
You
the
get
phone.
married in the
or
casino.
you get married in the casino.
Exactly.
But is it just me? But I always thought that it was already here. I mean, but I was gone for a while, so when I came back, I thought that Maryland had already passed that law. So for
Which
me,
law?
it was, well,
The gay marriage?
yeah, the gay marriage
They had
thing.
talked
I just-
about it before, but
yeah.
it didn't really go
Yeah, I just thought it was
forward.
already
Yeah.
here. And so I'm like, who's voting for this now?
Now I'm seeing all these photos online of people like proposing to their
Right,
boyfriends
right,
or girlfriends.
But wait a
and
second.
stuff.
Do y'all think that some people are just getting married just because they
Yes,
can?
'cause
they can.
No.
Or because they really
Straight
should be
people
getting
do
married?
that all the time. They get married for crazy reasons, so now we can get married for crazy
I
reasons.
guess we'll find out when we start hearing about a lot of gay divorces.
Yeah. I mean,
If we
yeah.
start.
I
Hopefully
mean,
not.
it's like the woman that
You know.
plans more for her wedding than the actual thing that happens after the ceremony is over.
Right.
So
People
it's
just
a
want
bad
a
thing
wedding
that my
and be
wedding is
fabulous.
already planned?
And no, it's a bad thing of what you're planning to do for the wedding.
I think it's a bad thing because you don't know who you're marrying yet.
Yeah.
But it's the
Anyway.
first step towards what's going to happen in the wedding. So
Exactly. I need to know, and he needs to know what he's getting into, and he'll find that out.
Are you going to lay that out on the first day?
I'm going to lay that out on the first day. But speaking of gay marriage, Jet Magazine just published the first gay couple, which is really, really huge for Jet Magazine because, you know, sometimes in the black community, we like the worst when it comes to supporting gay marriage and, you know, stuff like that. So that's really, really huge for them.
Why is that, you think?
church.
Hallelujah.
No real other reason.
Yeah. Church, but also think, you know, it's enough being a black man and now you're adding this whole other thing to it. I mean, we just have it hard enough as it is, so now you're adding this whole...
But why is it a whole nother thing?
I think because well, I'm sorry, but I think it's got this stigma that if you're gay, then you're less than strong, and black men are always taught to be very strong and masculine and very like the protector and the provider and all that stuff. And I think sometimes people have this stigma that think that gay men are not that. You know, if they're like a lot of straight people have the stigma, a lot of black people. So it's sort of they think you're going against it if like you're not as strong if you're a black gay man, but that's not
from
the
my
truth.
experience, you know, I'm from the South. I'm from Texas and Louisiana, so
Each town?
So, being here on the East Coast for almost 12 years and seeing how things are a little different, just the mindsets from what I grew up in. Because when I came out, I was 21, but they kind of already knew. I wasn't going to push.
You had to
but the one line that my mother said, and I will never forget this, all she said was, baby, as long as you don't come home wearing a dress, we good. And the only reason why she said that was because the media in those small towns, all they focused on was the extreme of what they thought it was. Right. So they never saw anyone that was just a guy who just happens to like guys.
That's okay. My mother said the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. It was always as long as you're not carrying a pocketbook.
Side note.
It's fine.
But now that it's been it's been 18 years since they are now more open to the fact that okay, well now it can just be who you are. It's not a part of your lifestyle. It's a part of your whole life. So I just think that I do think that church plays a big part because my family is deeply rooted in the Baptist thing. So there is some conflict, but it's not obvious to me. I think it's more of their struggle, not mine.
Right. Absolutely. I do think that the church has kind of changed in their opinion because when the first time this came up,
you had a different experience.
Yeah, I did. I mean, my mom's a reverend and was totally comfortable with me being gay. Grew up in a church where they were okay with it. But I know in PG County, that was the big kind of county that was pushing against gay marriage, and now they obviously are in favor of it. So, you know, blacks, African Americans, we are changing our opinions on the subject because it's our brothers, it's our dads, it's all you know.
It's the choir director.
Yeah.
Well, and that was just the intro to the show.
Yeah.
Not even on the outline at all.
Right. So let's move on, shall we?
Go ahead.
All right. So we got some top news for you guys. I don't know if all of you have heard about this, but there was a man who was on the subway in New York. And apparently, I don't know if he was pushed or...
He was pushed.
Okay, he was pushed.
Okay.
He was pushed. And so he's hanging on for dear life. And so there's a photographer there who works for, like, I guess, several national publications. And versus helping him, he actually just took pictures of him. So there's been a lot of outrage about whether or not that was the right thing to do. What do you guys think?
Well, actually, I saw him on, I can't remember if it was the Today Show or Good Morning America, one of those morning shows where I should have been getting ready for work. But people don't understand, in a moment like that, that's just like he flashed his camera. It happened in a flash. You know, and it's like, I don't think there was anything that anybody could do. From what the story
so
that he's telling,
the train,
the train is coming. Yeah. And like he said, there were a lot of people out there taking pictures with their phone. Why is he the only one being criticized because he was a professional photographer? There were a lot of people on the platform that could have helped. But when you're in a situation like that, my first thing would be to panic, first of all.
Right.
You know, the train's coming, he's on the track.
It seems like that's reflective of the culture we live in. I mean, I was having breakfast with someone today, and he had eaten his food, and he says, oops, I forgot to take a picture of my plate because he wanted to post it
on
Instagram. Exactly. And I'm not judging it, but my point is that that's the culture we live in where it's not real if it didn't happen on camera. And so, well, you know, for better or for worse, it is what it is.
You know, but to go alongside of what you're saying, I think that we're in this thing where we want this immediate type of gratification, but not understand that it comes with the ramifications of delayed reactions.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I would have panicked.
I would have panicked.
You know, I probably would have turned pink and passed out, and then by the time I came to, I'd have been at somewhere else. But I come from the old school of if you need to help. I mean, I'm looking at this person, and I don't know, because I can't judge how far the train was. So I don't know if it was 5 seconds away or what. But if I'm seeing a train down the track, I'm going to see if I can at least, just lend a hand, because I'm not a picture person. So for me, I'm not that fascinated by posting my food on Instagram.
I don't know why people.
And why won't that?
I mean, is it scratching?
Stop showing me your food on Instagram.
But do you at least try to extend a hand? I mean,
that's the least.
But he wasn't the only one in there. We're focused on the person with the camera. There were at least 30, 40 other people in there who also didn't help. Yeah, so I think the camera, the picture shows what everyone wasn't willing to do, which wasn't help. No one was helping,
well,
not just him.
I'm in New York a lot, like almost every week, and it's so funny to me how New Yorkers are sometimes completely unfazed by anything happening. I mean, like something crazy could be happening, and they're all just like, whatever, you know. Yeah. So that might have been. But for me, I think I would have been too panicked to even remember where the button is on my camera to even take a picture. That's.
I would miss that moment.
I would just been like in shock. Yeah.
So I mean, is it worse that he took the picture, or is it worse that nobody else helped?
It's hard, and we weren't there, so we can't really.
And I wouldn't judge anybody's actions in that situation, because like I said, I would have panicked first, because I was on the train one time, and I got off at Pentagon City, and this lady was screaming, "Help! Help! Stop! He has my phone." And I'm looking around like, who is she talking to? Who is she talking about?
Yeah.
And there's a little girl running, but at the time, I guess it was I guess the boy passed the phone to the girl. So we're all looking for a man with the phone, and it was a girl with the phone. But the whole time, I was just amazed that she was screaming somebody had her phone. I didn't do anything because I was just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So I think we do have a delayed reaction and stuff like that.
So
we just,
what did you do? I mean, did you like, after that happened, you just kind of keep walking and...
I just turned around when she was screaming, "Stop that man."
Right.
So there wasn't a man running. It was a little girl. So I guess they did a pass back or whatever.
Right.
And then the little girl, she caught up with the little girl, and she got on the train. Was like, "Give me back my phone." And the doors closed, and she just stood there. And I was just like,
Ace's warranty.
"She has your phone." There's nothing I could do anyway.
So I mean, I really think it's kind of reflective of our culture that we take pictures of
Everything's documented.
everything that we see, fights.
Hey,
We're not.
We see that all the
that's a
time.
whole nother show.
We did that.
World Star or
That's
something.
next month.
World Star.
World
So
Star
in
is
my
a hot
office,
piece.
yeah.
They
in my
are
office, there's a
notorious
guy
for doing
there.
that.
Yeah, and they have a fight compilation of the week where he sends me this. I have to admit I do watch it, but he sends me it every week. I'll get in my email. I don't know what day it comes out, but whatever day it comes out, I look forward to it. He sends me a little video. That's my guilty.
So you like
pleasure.
it?
Smile.
I like my World Star. I do like World Star. That's my.
Yeah.
And speaking of Instagram and Twitter and celebrities behaving badly, let's talk about Chris Brown. I feel like every episode we talk about Chris Brown.
We do.
I feel like we could dedicate a whole episode to Chris Brown.
No
He
way.
wanted
a lot
to,
of reasons
No
to talk,
way.
though.
but we won't.
Yeah.
I can talk about Chris Brown
Yes,
for
you
a whole
could,
episode.
because you love him. Mm-mm.
Yes, I do.
No.
We won't get into why. But, so this time he apparently gets into a Twitter beef
Okay.
with a comedian. He posts a picture or something like that. I don't know what he did this time. But he posts a picture. She comments on it. They go at each other pretty hard. I mean, I'm talking F-bombs. I'm talking doing stuff in the eye. That's what I'm talking about.
A day in the life of Chris Brown, basically.
Right.
Day in the
This
life
is
of
normal.
Chris
It was pretty nasty. So
Kind of sexy.
what
Anyway, go on.
what I want to know from you guys is what do you think his problem is? Does he have a problem?
He wants attention. Duh.
I
He's
think
an attention
it's
whore.
that,
That's
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna
That's
sit
it.
back and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do.
It's more than that. I mean, have we his face? I'm not here to make a judgment. I'm not a doctor, but his face is sinking in a lot more erratic behavior. I mean, we can
His
code
face is
word-
sinking in.
He doesn't look a little thinner to you. He doesn't look a little.
That was
bit
actually
unhealthy.
the subject of the initial photo. I
My
mean,
point
it was that he was
in
23,
my
but he looked so old.
world, in the world that I live within, when people act erratic and you can see the physical composition start to change, it usually has to do with what they're taking into their body. So I'm not going to say anything
You
about
think
what I
he's a
think.
crackhead?
I think that whatever's going on with him probably could be treated in a clinical environment.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Let's leave it at that.
All right,
Okay.
without being a doctor.
Damn.
I was going to go there exactly, but it makes sense. But also, there's this whole adage that when you're not feeling well, the doctor says, the first thing he says is to limit all your stress. But mental stress also plays a part in how you look as well.
Right.
But
And not necessarily drugs.
true.
True.
But
Just want
also, I have this thing, Facebook, Twitter, or anything that you put in public, be aware that someone will comment. And it's not going to always be in the favor that you want. So when people get these, so first of all, when you post things, you want attention. You want feedback. And some people want any kind of feedback. Because some people cannot live without the controversy. I don't think he can live without the controversy.
Right.
Because when he's quiet, there's nothing going on. No one wants that Chris Brown.
Right.
I believe
See,
that to
I
be
can-
true.
I can
That's
go
true.
with
I don't care for the Chris Brown that doesn't do anything because he's boring. He's only exciting when
It
he's
sells
doing
albums.
something
It absolutely does.
that we want to watch. And sad to say, he knows that.
I feel like he probably just gave whoever it was that he was beefing with
Yeah.
what they wanted.
Yeah. So,
and
so go ahead.
and I think that when you're an entertainer, that's your job is to get the attention. And he's an attention whore. I'm an attention whore. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he's an attention whore, and he knew that was going to get attention. There's no way that people wouldn't talk about this, and we're talking about it on the show, so we're doing exactly what he wanted us to do.
It's a
Okay, but him posting
Thought you
a
were staying
picture-
out of this.
Oh,
He can't help himself.
But you're biased. Well, you're biased anyway. But
no. But him posting a picture of himself saying, "I look old." I mean,
Asking for it.
that's not asking for it.
But there have been rumors already about the photos. I mean, you can go on to Perez Hilton. all these
Okay,
other
but
sites.
he's
They've
just
already
saying
been
he
talking
looks
about how
old. He
he
lives a
looks.
fast life. He's an entertainer. He's on tour. He's on award shows and everything. He was just saying, damn, I look old. I'm tired.
You
Why
say
is
that to your
it? Why
friends,
is
not on
it that
Twitter. Yeah.
he feels? I post a picture of myself and say I need a haircut. My peasy head, I need a haircut.
And then someone will say, "Oh no, you don't. You look fabulous."
Yes,
Or
they
they'll
do.
say, "Yes, you do. Oh my God, you do." That's exactly what she did.
But she did that. But she did that times 10. I don't think him posting that picture warranted her
He's
to
a
go in the
public
direction
figure.
that she did. I think people are just still trying to pick on Chris Brown because she's also trying to create some buzz for herself.
But I also
Because we
think,
didn't even know who she really was
I don't know that he's a
until
victim.
she got into this
He's
Twitter beef.
constantly going at
Well,
it with
He
people.
is a victim of the
Okay.
system.
All right, of the system.
but I also think, that we are in so much more control of our public image than we give ourselves credit for. So, for example, if you're on Facebook and you say that your relationship is complicated, it is because you're talking about it. But
You're inviting people in.
But you're inviting
You're making
people
it even more
into a
complicated.
conversation that has nothing to do with what you need to be saying.
Right.
So, and so whatever you post, because I have 7,000 followers on Twitter, I'm very careful of what I say because I know what I don't want a response
Exactly.
to.
Yeah.
If I want a response to it, I'm very careful, and I'm open to the worst and best responses of that.
But here's the thing: you don't have to respond to everything.
So,
Exactly, and that was my point. That's my point. You
But-
could have just, as an entertainer, people say tons of things about you, and you
As a-
choose that.
as a person,
I mean, you know how much
people are
stuff has
gonna
been
say-
written about Chris Brown. Like it's.
I can
it's
agree
like-
with that. You don't have
yeah.
to respond to
Yeah.
everything.
I still think that he likes having that control, and that's how he lives. He cannot live without the controversy because there's nothing else.
It's a part of his image.
That's
He's the
part of
bad
who he
boy.
is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
embraced the bad boy
He
Yeah.
wants that.
because
I
he's
think
obviously
he's-
not trying to change the image.
I've embraced the
I
bad.
think
boy.
he's
I think
Of
immature.
course you have.
Well, that's a
you
better
I want the
answer.
bad boy to be
Yeah,
embraced.
You want him right here.
I honestly just think he's immature.
I can go with that.
Well, Chris Brown, we would like
And
to have
everything
you
is a
on the
byproduct.
show so we can talk about some things, and I can slide these people to the side.
I need off on that day.
101.
That video's not going to go on YouTube.
What's next on the agenda?
Actually, the next topic is still Chris Brown, and we're going to
still
also
Chris
include Rihanna in this. And this is no offense to anybody here who engages in this activity. I want to put that disclaimer out there now, but I just wanted to talk about the prevalence of weed pics that we see on
The prevalence of
Weed
what?
They're everywhere. Oh, you can
Weed
do a
pics.
hashtag.
Marijuana?
marijuana, ganja. Sometimes I go through my timeline, and I know all of y'all see this, but there will be like, not the Chris Brown picture. That was the one that really kind of sparked it for me. And he had like 3 in his mouth at the same
I
time.
saw that one,
So
yeah.
you know, I'm like, what is the interest with doing that? What does that get you?
It's just
like
like
I said,
posting a picture of your cocktail. I mean, some
Your
people.
what?
Your cocktail, your drink. Cocktail.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah,
we were
That's the
talking about
Bouvier
Chris Brown.
mouth. That's the
So I
Bouvier
was
mouth.
watching you.
Hey.
It's the
This
same
morning
thing. I
wood
mean,
shop.
people do things recreationally, and I think that my opinion is that weed is a fairly benign thing to do recreationally. And if you want to post that and it doesn't conflict with your job or something that can, that affects how you live your life, then by all means do it. I mean, it's a little tacky to post it, but I mean,
Right.
it is
And
what
we
it
can't
is.
control others'
Yeah.
tax.
But in his case, when you have people, for example, when the whole thing with him and Rihanna did blow up, and you had girls saying, "Well, and so he can beat my ass anytime." That's role model behavior, meaning he is shaping things for people to actually respond to. Because some people want to be Chris Brown. So for me, I'm very sensitive, and also being a dad. So I come from a whole other spin. Look, everything that I do, certain things that my kids will never know that I do, because I influence what they think.
Would you like me to babysit?
No,
Not yet.
no.
But I think we covered on the last show that at the end of the day, entertainers are entertainers,
Exactly.
and we cannot hold them to be role models. And I think that if your child is going to smoke marijuana, you're going to be the greatest influence in that child doing it or not doing it or stop doing it if they've already started doing it. Chris Brown has limited influence if you as the father or as the mother has got a strong influence already. So I still do put it on the parents to maintain their child's sense of morality.
Good job, Malcolm.
He got my life together real quick.
He just got real quick. So you go home and you lead by example.
Yes, I'm gonna cut off all Tyler's hair.
all right, so we're going to continue with this whole path of celebrities behaving slightly badly. Let's talk about Cat Williams.
Oh my God, Cat Williams, he just.
That one.
That Napoleon complex.
That's Chris Brown in 10 years ago. Stop playing.
I'm mad. So reportedly, he slapped a Target worker, and he's just been getting arrested.
Didn't he retire this
He
week?
said he retired.
Yes.
I just don't understand.
Now, what is that bad in Target? I mean, I can slap a Walmart person, but what is that?
It depends on the Target you go to, because I'm telling you, some of those cashiers have the worst attitude. I'm kidding. That's not justified. It's not. I would never slap on Target.
But I think it's just another situation where these celebrities, they can't handle the limelight. You know, they're not prepared for it. They have this gift or they have this talent, but they're not prepared to handle everything that comes along with it.
What was the leading up to that? Like, what?
I don't
Did she
even
say
know.
something or?
I
mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just.
I think that
He's laughing.
And I'm fine saying I don't know.
No, I think that when people plan these big dreams, like I have very big goals, but I put in my head, okay, what does that look like for my family? What does that look like for my freedom? Because it is a freedom when you can't walk somewhere and people not know you. Like, I freak out when people say, hey, you know what, aren't you Corey George? I bought your book. Like, who the hell are you? I'm still learning how to deal with the fact that I don't know who you are, but you know who I am.
Did y'all see the retirement
But I feel
video?
like
I
you choose.
love it, and I accept it wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Did you see the
I just
retirement
smile.
video
I
when he
did.
was retiring
I did.
on camera? He got kicked out of a hotel and he was retiring on camera. To me, and I'm not trying to be the call everybody out person here, but
Go ahead, call
he
us back.
seemed a little bit off.
He's on drugs too.
No, he's been off.
I call it like I see it. He seemed off. I've not said anything about drugs, but he seemed off, and I wonder if the reason why he seemed off in that, retirement video, if it's the same reason that is going with his erratic behavior.
Maybe
had
there's something
hand-
out of control.
Someone had a hand up his back like a puppet, but
Possibly.
No,
Or he had
I
a
mean,
monkey on his back.
It's a speculated,
something on his back.
no, but I mean, it's no stranger that it's speculated that he's had some type of substance issue.
So I'm not the
I'm
one
gonna
who
say
thought
abuse.
that.
I mean, have you seen his hair? Come on now. I mean, I'm in Louisiana and they do hair better than that. Come on now, but
Yeah, I
I'm
will
just
say
saying,
something's going on with his
something's
hair.
going on. But there's a problem. That's all I can say.
There's
a
something.
problem.
We have a
There's
problem.
something going on.
So we're gonna go from celebrities behaving badly to some celebrities who get it right. Let's talk about Beyonce. Y'all know she has an HBO special coming out. She's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl. Y'all excited about that?
I am very excited. I always love seeing Beyonce.
Okay, so we have
She is
some
the queen.
Beyonce fans and experts
I'm
in the house.
Destiny's Child old school. No, yes. So that's what I want
So
to
is
see.
it a no or is it a yes?
I want to see the little half leather tops and
With the braids?
yeah.
Mama Tina knows
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
So, Rodney, tell us, what is this special going to be about?
Okay, as the unofficial Beyonce expert. Now, it airs on February 16th, and it's a documentary directed and produced by Beyonce. And it's basically going to show you what you don't usually get to see. She said she struggles with how much she reveals in her life, and she's going to talk about the amazing year she's had, having a baby, and her concert in Atlantic City, and just the things we don't know about her. She's going to be more revealing in this one because she's always been we know a lot about Beyonce the entertainer, but not Beyonce knows the person. So
Now, isn't this the same one that she was shopping around before, and I guess someone finally bought it? Because I think she was shopping this to like the movie people. Because what I heard was that when it was around the time that Katy Perry's little thing came out, which I don't know why she ever had a movie, but
which was good.
That he wants to go see.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
But I think that she wanted that same concept too, of having it in theaters. I'm not sure that's the
Probably.
same.
I do know she said she chose HBO because she felt comfortable that that she trusts them basically, that they would show it in a good light and they have a good reputation. It wasn't exploiting it. So
Beyonce can do no wrong. Everything she's ever done is great. Even the things that weren't so great, because she's doing it, I love it anyway.
Right.
So I think that this will be a great documentary, and I'm looking forward to it. It comes out when?
February 16th.
February 16th.
So we'll go right from that to somebody who's maybe is not Beyonce's biggest fan. That's Wendy Williams.
Well, no, actually, Wendy said before she started talking, she is a Beyonce fan.
Really?
But she's saying that she's going to watch it with the closed captioning on because, sometimes Beyonce talks like she has a 5th grade education. And it was so funny because the audience booed her.
Exactly.
Which
As
is
they
like
should.
weird. Your audience on your own show boo you. That goes to show you that.
And they should, because that was. And they should because that I feel like that was back sort of like a while ago. She said media training. If you watch old video or old interviews of Beyonce, she did kind of have that country kind of sound, that Texas girl. But now she's very media trained in her voice, and the way she talks, her inflection is a lot different. Because I think
What's
she's
wrong
just
with
used to it
sounding
after
country?
15 years in the business.
Well, no, like when she first started doing interviews, I mean, I love Beyonce.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I love Beyonce.
I do
But
too,
like
and
her
I agree
earlier
with you
videos
about
and her
that.
earlier, not videos, but her earlier interviews, you were sitting there like, what?
Yeah.
What did she just
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
But we
But the
all
same-
know it takes time to get used to
Right.
feeling comfortable talking on camera because it's a whole different ball game when you're trying to package something within just a couple
Exactly.
minutes and make
Right.
it sound good. It took practice for all of us,
Yeah.
so it took Beyonce some
And
time
this is still
also.
practice.
Yeah.
And you know, and,
Right.
and the one thing I do admire about her is that she came from that to, you know, but you watch all the behind the scenes of how she runs her concerts, how she runs all of these things that, you know, most artists have paid staff to take care of, and she
She's a
handles
businesswoman.
hands-on.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Number
know,
one.
so from me watching that as a creative person myself, I'm like, oh, so maybe I can tackle something like that too. So, you know, talk where you are, but there's always going to be a point where she's going to sound like a Texan. That's just always
Right.
going to be who she is.
I think it's cute.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love a good country accent. More on Wendy. What about this Peter picture? She
Photoshop is amazing. I am telling you, I love retouching. It is a big part of my life, my world, and my job. I love retouching. That's all I'm gonna say.
All
Oh
right.
wait, you were talking about Wendy.
You said it was
Williams
a
Peter?
Wendy, not your.
That's what I'm saying. No, that was my
the next
comment
one
on
we
Wendy
show.
Williams.
The
Photoshop is
photo
amazing.
looked good.
Well,
However it came together.
I don't know
it
whose
looked
body that
good.
was, but it
Yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
The finished product looked good, but Wendy has a lot more beef than that.
Yeah,
I'm
you know,
just
and
saying.
you know, and we know the truth. I mean,
And we know
that's
the truth.
um,
I don't want to talk about
I don't
that.
blame her though. Yeah. I
Well,
know.
listen, I mean, you know, we could talk about retouching Photoshop. Do y'all think Tamar needs any? I asked because apparently
need her.
there's claims that she has vitiligo.
Well,
Isn't that what Michael had?
yeah.
Absolutely.
well, actually, her and Vince
All the
said-
greats have.
So
mi-
she has
have it.
vitiligo and Michael had the same thing. I'm starting to believe that Michael didn't have it then, if that's
Why?
the case. Because she looks so...
Michael had a
she doesn't
severe
look
case,
like it.
apparently.
Okay, so
And
maybe...
a lot of people have different forms of it. I have a lot of friends that have it.
Okay.
And I have one friend who only has it like on the back of her leg.
Okay.
Or only has it on her eyelid right here. But with makeup on, you'd never see it.
So why did Tamar talk about it? Is it visible? Like, why did it come up?
Because people were talking about that each season or each show that
gets
she's
lighter.
getting lighter.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they said she was doing skin bleaching, like they said Beyonce skin bleaching.
Like they said
So-
about Michael.
Like they said about Michael. So I
Okay.
guess she finally came out and her events was like, you know, she has the same disease that Michael Jackson had. So that's why she's getting...
But I never understood body bleaching. Like, it's not just. I mean, I don't want to see somebody with a tan head and a brown body. So are you body bleaching? Like, is that what it is? Like,
No,
oh,
it's
okay.
makeup because she has vitiligo.
But what does this look like?
I don't know and I don't care.
Well, rather she has it or not, she looks great in her photos.
Fabulous, and
does.
she sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
That new
She
song.
sounds amazing on her #1 song,
Number one
Love and
iTunes.
War.
I can't stop
Yes.
playing it. I
Yes.
can't, or singing it. I love it.
You
So
know,
are you going to perform that?
I am going to perform it. I am.
Are you?
I am going to... I am.
I want to see Riley.
But I'm telling you, I gotta become best friends with Lady Gaga, so that when I put out a single, it will go #1.
Well, I'm glad you put the song out because you know, but they've been talking about it since what the first season of the Braxtons, and like, okay, finally she has something
Right.
out, and it's actually great.
It's amazing.
Do,
mean,
do we
it's-
think
it's
that
great.
it's deserving of a Grammy nomination since those just came out?
Let's
Well,
give it
I
some
will
time
see-
to see what the sales
and
are
so
like.
It's a little early
Yeah.
to be pushing her into that direction. I mean, it would be nice.
Well, when I saw her sing it live, and she actually sung it better live than she did it.
Yeah, and that's always a good thing.
Always.
Yeah.
She is a Braxton. They can all sing.
And I will say, I remember watching one of the seasons, and Tony did say that Tamar is the best singer of all of them. She said Tamar is
Okay.
the best. She said, I said that before, of all of us, Tamar is the best singer.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right then. Speaking of that and Grammy nominations, we want to say special shout out to Frank Ocean. Congratulations.
Oh,
6 nominations.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
He deserves it.
He does.
absolutely.
So listen, what are y'all doing for the holidays?
Huh?
What are y'all doing for the holidays?
She said, "Huh?"
I'm that type of person. I don't get ready for the holidays to Christmas Eve. So come back to me.
I guess it means we won't be getting our kids.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm in pre-production for the next season of my show, and I would be with my family. So
And your show is
Conversations with Malcolm.
Conversations with Malcolm.
Looking forward to it. What about you?
What am I doing for the holidays? Probably working, I'm sure. Sometime around there.
Working,
I always get
working.
stuck because I'm an entertainer. I am entertaining people on the holidays. I know I'm working on New Year's, so
Oh, what are you going to be doing?
performing at town. Yeah.
Nice, nice. What about you, Corey?
Kids gifts, but I'm also in the pre-production stage of my new show, which is One-on-One with Corey George. That's launching mid-January. I'm also working with Arthur Lee Hayes on a new project that we hope to kind of enlighten people on the question of love and the whole thing about how it works from the inside out. So be looking out for some stuff on TV very soon, hopefully. So.
Nice. I'm just going home to Danville, Virginia. So that's about it for me. But we want to talk about a little something that you experienced. We're going to talk about it anyway.
Huh?
We're going to talk about it.
Okay, so me, I'm just going to be thankful and get my life back together. I was gone for a little while. I had surgery. I had, what did I have? Oh, I had like a tumor on my liver. They found it. It was benign. They removed it. So I took a break from the show. You all should have seen some shows while I was in the hospital, but somebody did not want to take without me. That was cute, but anyway. But I'm back, and I'm good, and it's good to be back. So I'm just going to enjoy the holiday season and look forward to a healthy upcoming new year.
And we're glad you're back.
And in the new year, you got to celebrate something else, along with your health, our 1-year anniversary.
Am I pregnant? I'm sorry.
We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary in January, so if you guys have some show topics for us, things that you think that we should do to celebrate, make sure that you hit us up at morningwoodshow202@gmail.com. I want to thank you all for coming.
Thank you
love
for
our
having me.
conversation.
Follow us all on Twitter.
That wasn't to
and
you, that was
Instagram.
him.
Follow us all on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
Yes.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. This is the Morning Wood Show. We thank you for watching. We love you. Keep coming back and spread the word. I'm DeMar Maurice Bouvier, the legend.
I am Richie Sky.
I'm Riley Knox.
I'm Malcolm Jamal.
And I'm Corey George.
We love you. Peace.
When I wake up in the morning, I got sunshine on my mind. My body gets to moving, and I've got a little time. 20 extra minutes, but 5 is all I need. We could do the quick and dirty and catch some more Z's. Ooh, I got that fire, got that fever in my bones. Ooh, I got that feeling, my hands just start to roam. Wake up with that woody, and I can't control my hands. Thinking alt it out, and I grab that old kickstand.
I got the wood, the morning wood. I got sunshine on my mind and my hands under the hood. I won't stop till I'm done, and when I'm done, it's all
I
good.
got that wood, baby, feels so good, baby. It's better when I wake up so stiff, that's just my me.